copy, paste. This lesson is going to start with the most basic commands known to computer users the world over, and we're going to see how Final Cut modifies and elaborates these commands into video editing tools that are as powerful as they are precise. The cut command, in say a word processing program, removes the selection from the document, but retains it in the clipboard memory for pasting. It's different from deleting, which simply erases the selection with no option to paste. It's the same in Final Cut Pro. Almost. Let's start with deleting. Select the second to last clip in the sequence. If I asked you to delete it, you'd probably reach for the key to the right of the plus key, and if you're on a laptop or use one of Apple's new mini wireless keyboards, that's all you've got. But the standard keyboard with numeric keypad also has a forward delete key, and they each perform different kinds of edits. If we go with the first, we get what they call a lift edit. The selected clip is lifted out of the sequence, leaving a gap. Hit Command Z to undo. And now try the forward delete key. That gives us a ripple delete, which removes the selection and closes the gap. Hit Command Z to undo. You can also perform a ripple delete by holding the Shift key and hitting the main delete key. Hit Command Z to undo. It's similar with the cut command. To cut the selection, hit Command X. It leaves a gap. Hit Command Z to undo. But if we hit Shift X, we get a ripple cut. Now the clip is in memory. Down arrow to the end of the sequence, and hit Command V to paste. And note that by default, clips are pasted into the same track they were cut from. Let's say we wanted to try out the clip as the second clip in the sequence. Let's use the standard commands. Command X to cut. No problem there, as there's nothing right that needs to ripple. Use the up arrow key to move to this edit point. And hit Command V to paste. The paste command overwrites anything in its way. Hit Command Z to undo. Now try Shift V. Instead of an overwrite, you get a paste insert edit. The copy command is simpler, because nothing is removed and there are no gaps to deal with. Just hit Command C to copy the selection. And remember, whether you copy or cut, you aren't limited to pasting at edit points. Place the playhead in the middle of the last clip, and hit either Command V for an overwrite or Shift V for an insert. A shortcut for copying in the timeline is Option Drag. This works similar to the way it does in other applications. Simply hold down the Option key and click and drag away from the original. The Option key is still depressed. See the right arrow? If I let go of the mouse now, I'll get an insert edit. Now release the Option key. The down arrow appears, indicating an overwrite edit. Hold the Option key again and release the mouse for an insert edit. Remember that these commands don't just apply to clips, they apply to selections. They will work on multiple selected clips, over multiple tracks, and with selections that aren't defined by clip boundaries. Remember the Range Selection tool? Hit the G key 3 times to select it. Now, starting inside the middle of the first rear logo clip, click and drag into the middle of the 3/4 clip. Now hit Shift Delete. Or, let's recap another way to make a selection. Hit I to mark a sequence in, hit Shift right arrow to advance 1 second, and hit O to mark a sequence out. Now hit Shift X to do a ripple cut. Put your playhead in the middle of the last clip, and hit Shift V to insert paste. In closing, remember that you can use any of these techniques to copy from one sequence into another.